All right, now looking up inside, we see wires that go to the motors. Each motor has 4 power wires to it. 2 for the armature, 2 for the fields, and a 5th wire is a ground. And the ground is again bolted to the bolster, which then connects the current down through to the truck frame. You can also see the sills quite clearly underneath here, and they're in pretty good shape if you look at them this way. We won't know until we get it apart. The wiring, as you can see, is pretty bad. We're going to replace every bit of it with a special kind of wire that we just found out yesterday is not going to be made anymore. It's a stranded copper, 7-strand copper wire with rubber around the outside and then a cotton braid on the outside. And the only reason it's still available is up until recently telephone companies used it for powering their battery rooms, which powered their systems, the whole central station. And I just called the company yesterday and I found that we can get it now, but we're not going to be able to get it again. So that's all, but we have to replace this because, as you can see, they've had a lot of incidents and they've patched it here and patched it there, and it's just no longer safe. But we're going to use the same type of wire anyway. Okay, you're on the sill.
Yes.
Right up here is a long wood piece, which is one of the 4, I think it's 4 cross sills, which is okay until you get to the very ends. And just looking at it from here, I think we're going to be able to save it. I see some bolts here that hold it together. These are the long sills that go the entire length of the car. This is the end of the truck frame, and right here is a roller on which is supposed to be sitting this thing called a radius bar. And this radius bar is what is pulled on by the levers for the brakes that actually applies the air brakes. Well, as you can see, this suffered a little bit here on the end, and that's because of the over-pressurization that the brakes got at one point. It literally ripped it right off. The other end is somewhere down inside there. Now the trolley has, while the actual brakes are applied by both systems, the trolley has 2 systems of brakes. One is the air brake, and the other is the hand brake. Now we removed as many of the air brake parts as we could in order to get clearance under here, so they're not here, they're piled up on top, and we'll have to show those later. But what is left, these chains are part of the hand brake. You can just see the end of the shaft right here, and the chain wraps around that and pulls, goes around this cable here, and eventually this little coupling goes to a lever, which then is indirectly connected to this that pulls the brakes on.